Greetings and salutations, Charlton66 here once again with another video. Here are a couple of things to go over and do a couple of little hauls that I have from this little comic show I went to, and some pulps and a couple other things. Hope everyone's doing well. Been enjoying everyone's videos. Still a lot of contests and stuff going on. Try to keep up with that. Haven't really entered any of the contests. I just enjoy watching everyone else's videos and watching their content, which has been very, very good. Been enjoyed immensely. One of the things I got from Amazon is the Blood and Thunder Guide to Pulp Fiction. I recommend this if anyone is interested in any shape, form, or fashion, interested in the pulp genre. It's just the history of pulps. What to call? Oh, that's funny. I have this one right here. That's weird. Um, it just gives a history of the pulps, what to collect, how to collect, what's things to look for, things not to look for. Kind of like if you give someone a guide to comic books, what you would want someone to know about comics and the hobby. This is what this book does. It's worth it. Like I said, if anyone has any interest at all in the pulps, this book is worth having. And so far I'm about quarter of the way into it, and it's pretty good. I've been collecting pulps, not extensively whatsoever, not even any capacity of saying that I'm an avid collector of pulps, but I do try and get pulps when I can. If not the actual pulps, I try to get the reprints if they're available. I probably have more reprints than I do actual pulps, but it's a good book. It's an easy read. It's not, they don't talk down to you if you don't know anything about pulps or collecting pulps. It's not one of those books where if you don't know anything, you're an outsider. They bring you into the fold basically with the way they wrote the book. So it's recommended. Speaking of pulps, I did pick these up a few days ago. Um, couple westerns and short stories. First one I have is Ace High Western. January, I do not know the year. I think it's 43. Anyway, this is the Ace High Western. Yeah, January 43. Ace High Western. I'll put that back in the bag later because they're more fragile than comic books, unfortunately. This is 10-story Western from November of 1943. And this was a series that ran for a very long time. I believe it's one of the original pulp series that came out, called short stories, and a lot of them will have this red sun on the cover. This is short stories from 1952. And this is a short stories 1937. So we got one from 52 and one from 37. There's the red sun on this one again. Short stories. And this encompassed everything from action adventure to mystery to everything you think about a pulp should have. Short stories carried that type of genre. Although I don't believe any of the major heroes were ever in short stories, the ones that we know of. Obviously, Shadow, Doc Savage, the Avenger, um, the Spider, Black Mask, all those guys were never in short stories, but there were heroes, obviously heroic stories in those pulps. Yeah, Sci-Fi one, Wonder Story Annual. I don't know when this one is from. I wrote this down. 196 pages, and they're very hard to read when they're this thick. Volume 1, Number 1, 1950. So it's Wonder Stories Annual, Number 1, 1950. And spent a little bit of today at a small local show. Uh, the typical one in this area, like I've talked about before. It's the it's a small little local con held at a fire station here in the area. I did pick up a few things. I only went to one dealer. The one dealer had a lot of stuff I wanted, so most of my budget was spent there. And I bought some supplies from another dealer. I did bump into a couple YouTubers, Rag718, Long Box Love Affair. I bumped into those guys. It was great meeting those folks. Um, they were there scouring the deals, trying, I guess get one up on the other one, I suppose. But it was nice meeting those two. If you don't subscribe to the channel, I'm sure everyone who subscribes to me has subscribed to Rag718 and Long Box Love Affair. But again, it was great meeting those guys. It was funny when Rag recognized me and he bumped into me and he's like, "I'm Rag," like we're some top secret organization or something. Um, so I knew exactly the minute I heard his voice, I knew who he was. But he was kind of like real low key about it, which was kind of funny. Um, like I said, I only went to one dealer, and I was able to mark off um, a a comic book off my wish list, which is it's a daunting list. I've talked about it before. This is my wish list, and so I was able to knock off one Justice League of America number 46. It's the first Silver Age Sandman, so I had to pick it up, and it's such an undignified cover to have um, Batman landing on the Sandman. The masks look so funny. I mean, Mike Sikowski, I do like his work, but this is not one of his better covers. It's just bizarre the way everyone's coming through the letters. Wildcat looks like I don't know what's going on with him, but the dynamic of the cover has a lot to be desired, particularly when it's the first appearance of Silver Age of Sandman. But this was off. I was able to mark this off my list, um, which is good. I had a very bad copy of this in my collection. I wanted to get a better copy. I was able to now, so I marked that off my list. And like I said, it's more of a daunting list because some of the stuff is just so obscure that it's just hard to find. I mean, Little Genius 34. I really want that comic, but how hard that's going to find. It's like a needle in a haystack. Trying to have a dealer who carries, dealers carry what they're going to sell and what they feel their market's for. They're not going to waste their time on Little Genius 34 fighting Navy, fighting Air Force, Marines attack. They're not going to, they're not going to load up the truck or their car and go to a show with those type of comic books. So, have a feeling this wish list is going to repeat itself next year, but it's what I want, and it's one of those things that is obscure, and that's the price you pay for collecting obscure books or obscure titles that a lot of people don't want to carry. because there's just not that many people asking for those comic books. Like I said, I spent the money on most of my money on one dealer. A beautiful copy of Shazam #11. I love that color on that cover. The color on that cover. And Shazam with an awesome Kurt Schiffenberger cover. #29. These are the ones that obviously I was missing in my run. I have the first 4 issues, all the 100-pagers, and of course the one with Isis and the Black Adam. And it's the ones towards the end and in the middle that I'm missing. #30. Another great cover. Even though I don't like Superman punching out Captain Marvel, but it is what it is. Shazam #31. And Shazam #32. Get Mr. Mind up there. So these are pretty nice, pretty beautiful copies to have in my collection. Very happy to have them. The dealer had more, but I had to stick to my guns and stick to my budget, and just get the ones I could afford at the time. Another thing I got, there's a awesome independent artist and creator named Steve Conley. I mentioned him before here. He's just a phenomenal guy, one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet in comics. He's always at Baltimore. He's always at Free Comic Day at Cards, Comics, and Collectibles. And he draws for free all day long. Everyone's there to the line, and he's just drawing for people. And he does free sketches. I don't know how he does it, but he does. He knocks it out of the park every time. I've got numerous pieces by him, and he has yet to charge me. I've offered to pay, and he's always declined. He's just one of those guys that is in it for the love of the comic, and just one of the nicest guys you're ever going to find in comics. And he's producing an online comic book series, and he produces online and also in a comic book form called The Middle Age. And the hero is Sir Quimp and his adventures with his sword, and the characters that he meets in the Middle Age, Middle Age during knights and wizards and dragons and whatnot. But I support him through Patreon, and of course you get the Patreon loot or what they send to you for your support. And I have just opened it, but I haven't seen what's inside of it. Again, Steve Conley, phenomenal. I already just made a letter again. The Middle Age is the name of his Steve, thanks so much for your kind patron support and for me and for the help for me and for the Middle Age. Your loot is enclosed. It's a reprint collection of the first 3 issues of my 1980 comic book series of Astounding Space Thrills with the new 20th anniversary cover. Your support means the world to me. Thanks again, Steve. Again, look him up online. I've yet to learn how to put links in the bottom of my link in the bottom of my description box. Even though there's a video out there that Silver Age Dave sent to me, I've yet to watch it. Sorry, Dave. To how to put a link in the bottom of it. I got to learn how to do that. I got to move up with everybody else so I won't be moved out, right? So I got, here's the book. Sweet. Astounding Space Thrills is a series that he put out in the 90s about this hero, Argosy Smith, and his adventures. It's a sci-fi story, and he does everything on the computer, which is just phenomenal stuff. I got some of the originals that he's done. Um, One of my favorite comic series. I enjoy it every time it comes out. When he puts out a series or a book or a collection or what have you. I've got all of the comic books that he put out with Astounding Space Thrills. And up here is a nice canvas. You can see it. A nice canvas that he did of Arthur C. Smith right there. That he did for me. Well, I didn't do it for me. He had it made and I bought it from him. But he signed it for me and everything. But it's a great series. It's fun science fiction. And it's worth it to pick it up if you do see. If you ever go to a con and you see Steve Conley, particularly in Baltimore, go by his table, say hi. He's always got something going on, doing sketches or talking to fans and whatnot. But he's very supportive of the industry, supportive of the comic cons because he lives in Florida but comes up for Baltimore and the spring fling that they have in Baltimore and for Free Comic Day at Cards, Comics, and Collectibles. So there's a sticker of Sir Quimp and his buddies from the Middle Age. Excellent. Thank you, Steve. Again, check him out when you get a chance. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So, but anyway, I've been going into 17 minutes. Thank you for everyone, your support, comments that you leave on the videos, and I can't think of anything else to cover at the moment. Just getting ready for for Baltimore now. Baltimore's not until September, but I'm still getting things ready to go. My wish list, which is going to be daunting to say the least, but hopefully I get one of the big books knocked off of it. That's the plan, and just getting stuff ready to go. I know Howler Mouse is planning to join with me again this year, which is going to be fun. Just hanging with him's a blast, so it's going to be a good time. And hopefully, I know Matt will be there. I know Tom Ryan will be there, hopefully, and maybe we'll be able to get together and have dinner or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, guys, thanks for viewing and subscribing, and have a good week. You guys take care.